If your thoughts aren't truly yours, then your life isn't either, because your decisions, your actions, your entire path, they all arise from those thoughts. And if those thoughts were implanted, then you have being, lying, a life not chosen, but assigned. And the real tragedy is, why doesn't this bother you? Have you ever stopped to wonder the ideas you have defended all your life, were they truly yours? What if the most fundamental decisions in your life were simply whispers from others, things you thought you choose? What matters most in a relationship, freedom or royalty? And why does your answers to that feel so obvious? Maybe even that thought was planted. Parents, teachers, algorithms. Maybe you are just a mind that echoes social programming. Who taught you how to think? The mind isn't born free. Human thought is deeply shaped by environmental programming, social patterns, and cultural narratives. It starts in the family. Even before learning to speak, a child reacts, withdraws, and models behavior not randomly, but thought imitation. Not just behavior. Even think reflexes are shaped this way. So, the real question is, when we think, we are thinking. Are we just repeated, internalized answer? Sociologists call this internalization adapting society's norms as your own values. This happens quietly, almost invisibly. Many people claim to think independently, but what we call independent thinking is often just a filtered reflections of their time's dominant trends and ideological structures. Spanish philosopher Ortega y Gasset puts it best. People often repeat the thoughts of others and think they are thinking. This isn't a metaphor, it's a sociological observation. In modern society, thought is normalized by media, education, and social circles, but we cult epidemic framing. The question is not what you think, but within that limits you are allowed to think. The politics, for example, when two people with opposite views debate, not expressing radically different ideas, just different variations of the same conceptualized framework. Ideological team loyalty is really an epistemological constraint. We only think with the tools our system has handed us. And this is where Rene Girard steps in. His mimetic desire theory doesn't just explain what we buy. It explains what we think we want to think. According to Girard, we don't desire directly. We desire by imitations. We want what others want. This isn't visible, not just in advertising, but across social media. When something becomes popular, everyone starts asking the same questions, not from genuine curiosity, but from mirrored attention. So, the real issue isn't just what we think, but what we find worth thinking about. That too is programmed. This isn't free thoughts, it's repeated code. Heidegger, the they self, and the erosion of being. At this point, Heidegger's concept of das Man, the they self, becomes crucial. Heidegger argues that in everyday life, most people don't act from their authentic selves. They act according to social expectations. The they here doesn't mean specific people. It means the invisible norm of society. What to wear, what to say, these are shaped by the they. Living in das Man, a person doesn't fully live their own existence. Instead, they produce a kind of representative self. And over time, the line between representation and essence fades. Someone chooses a career goal, but is that goal truly theirs? Or was it chosen because it aligns with society's definition of success? According to Heidegger, it's usually the latter. The they self suppressed the authentic self, and eventually even the act of thinking is outsourced, because what you are supposed to do is already predetermined. Heidegger described this as das Man has already taken care of everything. The individual no longer needs to think. This isn't just abstract philosophy. It explains why "who am I" has become such a popular question in the modern world. Because most of us haven't answered it for ourselves. They entered that answer and mistook it for freedom, awakening, owning your thoughts. Now it's time to ask, is this thought really mine, or did I inherit it? But these questions doesn't just arrive with clarity. Conscious thought is a disciplined process. In the modern world, that's especially difficult. Attention is fragmented and your mind is constantly stimulated. Algorithms know you better than you know yourself. So where do you start? Step 1. Notice the invisible assumptions. Watch the quiet present behind your thinking. Like, I have to work hard to be successful. Who defined success? When did you absorb that definition? Everyone should be in a relationship. Why? Is your fear of loneliness your own, or a socialized sense of inadequacy? These questions can be uncomfortable, but discomfort often marks the start of awareness. Step 2. Write your mental autobiography. Not a timeline, a trace. Try to remember, where did this belief come from? How did I arrive at this political view? When did I adopt this aesthetic taste? Who first told me this moral rule? Thought doesn't just appear, it's passed down. So trace the path. Build your mental genealogy. Step 3. Make silence a rule, but intentional disruption of information flow. Some days, no reading, no social media. Just sit with your own thoughts. At first, you will feel bored, because your mind isn't used to being alone. But that boredom is your starting point. True thought doesn't come from the outside. It's born in silence. Silence feels empty at first, but eventually it fills with your own voice. Step 4. Separate thoughts from emotions. Most people confuse emotions with thought. What they call a belief is often a repressed feeling, a wound, a fear, a need for belonging. This is where philosophy helps. It gives you the courage to examine the structure of thought. So ask yourself, what does this idea make me feel? Then immediately ask, what is this idea saying to me? When you learn to separate the two, thought begins to belong to you. Otherwise, it's just a reaction with your name on it. Conclusion. If your thoughts aren't truly yours, then your life isn't either, because your decisions, your actions, your entire path, they all arise from those thoughts. And if those thoughts were implanted, then you have being, lying, alive, not chosen, but assigned. And the real tragedy is, why doesn't this bother you? Because you have learned not to be bothered. Comfort becomes more than physical, it becomes cognitive. Comfort is now the luxury of not questioning. Your mind may even defend foreign thoughts just to preserve the system, but that very system is what's keeping you asleep. Thinking is the opposite of comfort. That's why you resist it. We reject ideas quickly. We defend our positions instantly, but we don't even know what we are defending. So now the real questions begin. Did I choose my thoughts, or were they chosen for me? Is this life mine, or am I just playing a role? Maybe comfort is kill you. So now we ask, why are we so attached to discomfort? And why can we break free? Next episode, comfort. Realizing your thoughts aren't yours. It's unsettling. But maybe the reason you never questioned them is this. You got comfortable. You went numb. Your resistance is broke. And without even noticing it, you surrender it to this very thing that's been killing you. You are ready for the next step. In the next episode, we uncover this invisible addiction. Comfort is killing you. Watch the next chapter and discover how you have been protecting your comfort even at the cost of your mind.